Alright guys, so we're going to continue with our encryption series in Python, right? So I've actually taken this into the next level where if you have a if you create a Python file and you generate it into an exe file, right? And it loads on any directory, it's just going to do what? Encrypt that directory immediately, right? So this is for educational purpose only and very, very only, please. All right, so right here, I have successfully written a Python file, which is here. I've written a Python logic, and this Python logic, I've converted it into an exe file already. I've done that already. So what I'm doing basically right now is that this file here, this main.exe here, is a very, very dangerous file, right? Even your firewall might not even flag it. Do you understand? So the thing here is that if I should move this file, if I should copy this file here, if I should copy this file here, and I come straight to my downloads folder here, and I place it here, and I double click on it, it's going to encrypt all my files in this downloads folder, right? And I'm going to need to pay 10 BTC. I mean, I wrote the program, so I will decrypt it myself. So let's go back. So I now make a safe folder. I just call it C++, and yeah, I just created some some pictures and everything. So look at this right now. So if I should double click on this thing here, take a look at it. Just look, it just comes in and goes away. Look at it. I have successfully done what? Encrypted all of these files that are here, right? So imagine if I should place that thing inside my downloads folder, everything would just be what? Encrypted immediately. But I made sure I have the decryption what? Key, right? So, but in the next level, in the next video, I'm going to make sure that even though if the user should even click on this, they're not going to get the decryption key. Only you, the hacker, will have the decryption key, right? So if I've done that now, and that's basically just all, right? I thought I was going to print a message. Also, you can also print a README message by telling the user to pay you some sort amount of money, right? So, but this is for educational purpose, what only. So let me show you how to build this thing from the scratch. So the first thing you need to do right now is that you need to install pip install cryptography. You need to also pip install what installer. Make sure you have what Python running on your what machine, either Windows or what or any kind of machine, right? So I'm going to delete everything that I have. No, I'll delete here. I'll delete that. I'll also delete I'll delete this also. I'll delete this also. And I'm also going to delete this pi here. So I'm going to recode this from scratch, right? So I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call this file main.py. So please make sure you've installed these two stuff here. You'll be having this idea and VNV here. All right, so let's begin. So the first thing we need to do right now is that we need to import the OS, right? So we're going to be working with touching some folders on the current directory. I'm going to come and say from cryptography. I'm going to say from cryptography dot Fernet from Fernet like this. I think I prefer to use PyCharm. PyCharm will actually make my code more. Let me use PyCharm. So I mean, you could use VS Code if you want to, but PyCharm is just going to make my code more faster. You know, I don't want to. What's it called? I don't want to. I don't want to be typing everything completely. That's why I want to use PyCharm. So I'll just say import like that. So I have this Fernet. Yeah. Okay, good. That's good. All right, good. So the next thing is that I want to do step one will be generate a key. we want to generate encryption key. That's very, very important. So use an encryption key. I'm just going to say key is basically equals to Fernet dot generate key. So this is why I like PyCharm actually. So I'm just going to do it for me. So I'm going to say save. So right here I'll say save a key. So say key is underscore file is equals to decryption key. Decryption key. So PT. I think my spelling is right. Decryption underscore key. So when the user actually loads it, this is also going to create a decryption key, just the way I did right here. You know, we're just helping the user, right? So if I should come down now and I say with open and I say key underscore file, so BW F, and I'll just say F dot write. So we are putting in the key there that we're creating. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and say, sorry, I'm more of a JavaScript developer. So say encrypt, if I can spell my encryptor. So I'll encrypt all files in the current directory. So meaning that if you give somebody this file and the user is on any kind of directory and they double click on that file, it's going to encrypt everything there, right? So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to say current directory. So we need to pick the current directory that I'm currently on. I'll say os dot cw. I'll say Fernet is equals to Fernet dot say key, like that. So right here, I'll just define. I'll just say list. I want to say list extension to work on, like this. This makes a lot of sense. I'll say allowed extension is equals to this. All right. So starting from .txt, say .png, say .jpeg. Always put the dot. It's very, very important. .jpeg, .doc. In fact, if I should come here and I click on this baker oh sorry, not the baker, like I don't think I encrypted that one. Let me go back. So I should click on this this thing here, this baba.ng. So it's actually a image. So I should click on it now. You see, it's not giving me that you see what it's giving me. So it encrypted it, right? So you can add all of this extension. So right here, I'm going to say encrypted. I'm going to create a variable called encrypted count. I'm going to set it to 0. I'm so used to JavaScript. I'm going to set it to 0. Don't worry, guys, we're almost done. So I'll say for file name in OS dot list the current directory, which is this place here. Current directory. I'm going to say if file not in os dot the path. So the files are not there. We have the base name. So say file So we have this file, and also we're going to have the key file, which we have up there. So let's come and do a simple if statement saying if os.path is file, meaning if the file is actually existing there. The file is actually existing there. Say file name, and I'll say file underscore eate is equals to the os dot path dot split text file name. So alright, so I'm going to say if, I'm going to check for lower cases. If file notice the extension is lowercase. Sorry guys, lower in allowed extension. So I'm basically trying to check for lower cases. So in case there's a higher case. So let's say read file. Alright, so we'll read the file. Open. File name RB. File name RB as file. Data file dot read. So we created a variable called data. Then what we do basically now is that we are going to do what? Encrypt the file, right? So encrypt the file. So just create something called file encrypted data. You see Fernet dot encrypt. So what are we encrypting? We're encrypting the file, the data inside the file. Then we say with open file name RB. So in case we want to read a file that we actually want encrypted, so this as file, then say file dot write and here we say actually say encrypted with data. Then we will need to actually, after doing this, we will need to actually rename the file. So say os rename the file name plus dot encrypted RYPC. I just spell my encrypted perfectly. You guys can actually help me with the spelling. So here we just say encrypted count incremented by 1. So with this way now, you can now write a code that you are going to make a exe file, and when you send somebody this file, it's just going to encrypt the person's what's it called, the person's files on their system, right? So basically, I just use two editors to write this thing here. I use PyCharm because I want to be very, very fast about it. I don't want it to be too long and all like that. So basically, so like this, and also this is the code you will need to run when you are done typing the code here. I'm also going to add in this code to the GitHub repository, so you don't need to actually write all of this code here. So please make sure you test So I'll say create a folder to test this first. Create a folder to test this first. It's very, very important. Don't test in your working folder. So you have to wait for the next video whereby I'm going to create on how to do what to decrypt this thing back to the way it was, to the way it is, right? So because you can see now, when the user actually loads this file, it's encrypted everything, then it leaves a decryption key here. I'm doing it intentionally. Normally, a pure hacking person will not do this kind of thing here, but this is just for educational purpose only. So if you like this video, please leave a like and please share my video. It actually helps me keep going. And please subscribe, right? And I'll see you guys in the next video.